If ever there were a Senate tradition that deserved no respect, it's the filibuster. I blame Frank Capra.
Filibuster!
Ever see his 1939 movie, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington? In the climax, Jefferson Smith, an idealistic young senator played by Jimmy Stewart, conducts a filibuster.
How am I doing?
Mr. Smith is a great movie, but it lent the filibuster some moral luster that it didn't deserve. In real life, the filibuster's frequent target was a series of anti-lynching bills opposed by a handful of Southern white Democrats. The same year Mr. Smith came out, pop culture supplied a truer picture of the filibuster: Billie Holiday's haunting recording, Strange Fruit.
Black bodies swinging in the southern breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees.
In the bad old days, just about the only good thing you could say about the filibuster was that it wasn't used very often. Usually you saw at most one or two in any given year. The old-fashioned stem-winding filibuster was replaced with a newfangled procedural filibuster. Filibustering senators no longer had to speechify themselves hoarse like Jimmy Stewart.
There's no place out there for graft or greed or lies.
They could simply point out that the majority lacked 60 votes to halt the filibuster. Where once you'd see one or two filibusters each year in the 1950s, the number rose to 20 to 30 in the 1970s. Then, in 2007, the Democrats regained the Senate majority. Would you like to guess how many filibusters Republicans waged in 2007 and 2008? 112. Today, we take it for granted that any major piece of legislation needs not 51 votes to pass, but 60. The Senate has become a sort of Quaker meeting house, where every decision must be unanimous or close to it. The world's greatest deliberative body is now a molasses pit. Back in 2005, a few senators in the Republican majority wanted to restore simple majority rule by restricting the filibuster's use. Democrats screamed bloody murder, and the GOP backed off. Now, in 2010, a few senators in the Democratic majority want to restore simple majority rule by restricting the filibuster's use. The Senate won't take action because it has a high regard for its traditions. One of those traditions is the filibuster. Another tradition, though, is passing legislation of significance that may be rendered extinct by the filibuster. Given the choice between traditions, I know which I'd choose.